Okay, so this printer has been one of the biggest, probably, mistakes that I've ever purchased, but I'm trying to get into it at this point. So I've logged into the computer from Putty. I'm actually on this Wi-Fi to another Wi-Fi, which is a pain in the ass. But what I wanted to show you guys in this video is I had to log in as root, and the password was MakerBase. You can log in as MKS, but the password MakerBase didn't work for me until I typed in root, and then it got me into here, and I'm not sure what I need to do from this point. But what we're trying to do is just add Wi-Fi to it. I have never accessed Klipper directly from this, so I'm not sure if it's using the bed mesh, and that's kind of what we're trying to do here. But I was reading this website here. It says open the SSH client. Connect to the printer using the IP address. Log in as MKS. So it says the default login credentials for the Neptune 4 Pro are username MKS or use root for root access. Password MakerBase. Well, the password did not work until I went to root. So check USB devices once logged in. So we're going to put a Wi-Fi dongle on it and check it. So according to this, we typed LS USB. It shows our device. We'll pull up Putty. Where's it? Realtek Semiconductor Corp. RTL 8192EU. Blah, blah, blah. Let's close this. So we've got that there. And now we need to do a couple of other things according to this. Install the network manager if it's not already installed. Sudo apt install network manager. So we'll do that next. And it's installing it. What did it say? Done. Network manager already the newest version. 0 upgraded, 0 newly installed, 0 to remove, and 2 not upgraded. So I think it was already there. Okay, and then we gotta type NMTUI to configure the network. And that brings us into this lovely thing here. You really shouldn't have to do all this. This printer is just like, they should have not left this out. It's using a MakerBase Pi. I mean, they could have added Wi-Fi. And it's going to show you a list of ones if you click activate connection. So now it says disconnect the Ethernet cable once connected via Wi-Fi. You can remove the Ethernet cable now. Find the Wi-Fi IP address. You can find the new IP address. Find the Wi-Fi IP address. You can find the new IP address on your printer by looking at the list of devices connected to your router. And then I guess you'd either use Fluid or Mainsail. So we're going to try and do that with the printer connected to Wi-Fi. Let's see. It does not actually tell you the rest of what we need to know on this site. Now, it doesn't really seem like it wants to connect. It keeps saying it's connected to the wired connection. So I'm not really sure. Okay, so it changed its IP address. Has it been goofy like that? It says Fluid up here, but it's, I don't know, it's not wanting to connect. But it does say Fluid. So we'll see if it opens. Okay. Connecting to Moonraker. You have Fluid and Moonraker. So now I should be able to tell if my stupid G-code is telling this printer to do the grid bed mesh. So this is the first time I've ever had this thing. I think I bought this in 2023. So the problem with this printer is the first layer is always wrong. And if you get over to here in the bed, it starts to screw up because the bed's not even. It's the only thing you could really do with this printer is really get your manual bed mesh as close as possible because it doesn't seem like it's not using the mesh. It has like this auto leveling software, but it's useless. It doesn't really actually work. It doesn't. If you download Cura, there's no instructions in Cura to tell it to use it. It's not using it. And I've enabled the code for it to use it, and it didn't make any difference. So we're going to get to the bottom of this, I think, today, hopefully. So let me show you the profile in Cura. Okay. I'll click Manage Printers, Machine Settings. Okay, so here it is right here. So after line 28, there should be something that tells it to use the mesh. Well, there should be an M140 somewhere in here. But there's not. And also, the other thing that this printer does, if you're using a different sheet, it tries to print the test line right here. The purge line or whatever they call it. I want it over here. I don't want it over here. I don't want it out of the bed. So right now, if I print, it'll probably just spit a bunch of crap here. So you need to change the G code in the start to tell it where. And see right here, you can see it says draw first line, move to start position. Now the G1 X167.5 E30 F400 tells it where. And then it says move to side a little. I don't really know if that's the wrong or right code, because this is a newer version of Cura than what I have on my other computer, but I changed it on my other computer. Okay, so here it is. The we'll go in here, and where's it at? Oh, we just need to click Manage Printers. Okay. Now, there's also possibly different people that have wrote these profiles. So this one here shows. Now I've added this bed mesh thing, but it doesn't work. See, there's all this other stuff. It's not even the same. Like, not even close.
Alarm 113. 113, go ahead.
If we click Add Printer here, it should show us who the author was of this particular software. I feel like this one has never been right, and I realized earlier today that see, this is an older version. There's a new Core XY out. If we click here, so the author is Naruto or something of that one. So the Neptune 4, Master Caution, but their profile is different. We're gonna add another one of these. We'll just add it, and it'll show up as Neptune 4 Pro number 2, and then we can come down here and manage the printer and see if it gives us a completely different set of instructions. So it's telling it to do something, set the free speed to 100%, flow rate to 100%, start heating. Okay, and then you have G28 home, and then you have the other stuff. So this is exactly what I saw in the other one, but whatever the profile was that I originally had, it wasn't the same at all. And I didn't delete anything except for the part where it tells it to print its first test line. So when we look in here, we can see on the console, let's see, it starts here, it says Clipper state ready, firmware restart, Clipper disconnect, Clipper state ready, set G-code offset, bed mesh clear, bed mesh profile load 11, set G-code offset, move, M84, bed mesh clear, bed mesh profile, set G-code offset. According to this, it's telling it to do it, but it just, I don't know. Doesn't seem like it works. So we'll go slice a file and we'll see what happens. So I sent the wrong file and I couldn't get it to shut down. I had to hard reset the thing. So now we get this going on. I absolutely can't stand this printer. This is probably the worst printer I think I've ever spent money on. And this is the most expensive printer because my Sovol SV07 was like $70 or $80 less than this thing. I can't even remember what this thing was. I had to look it up on Amazon, but it was ridiculous. It was like $379 or something. And I'll never buy an Elegoo printer again. Unless like they just like totally change. And everybody's like, oh my god, it's the best thing ever. They don't even sell this printer anymore. 3 years ago, they quit selling it. They sell an Elegoo Neptune 4 Max, I think, still. So they dropped the 4 and the 4 Pro. And these stupid rails here, this is what you get. You get these, like, linear rails that make a bunch of fucking racket. And you get a metal piece up here on the top instead of plastic. Other than that, maybe is it not dual screwed on the other one? I don't know. They're not worth the money. Doesn't matter, you can't buy them anymore. If you find one used, I would highly recommend you avoid it. Let's see, it's probably changed its IP address because it doesn't want to connect. It has now no IP address. See, this is the problem with this thing. I had tried it before and it keeps releasing its IP address. It has absolutely no IP address, which means that I can't control it with Klipper. It doesn't know what the fuck it's doing. It says, would you like to reconnect? It doesn't look like it's connected to me. That's not connected. This thing's just a pain. Another thing that's absolutely retarded about this printer. So it wants to do a bed leveling. Who the hell prints at 140 and 60? So it's going to sit here and wait until my temperature lowers. We can't even properly level the fucking thing because it wants it to be at 140 degrees. Nothing prints at 140 with a 3D printer. It's like preheating, but it's not, you know, it might as well be 75. It's absolutely stupid. So, as the bed gets hot, it changes. The bed is not going to be the same at this temperature as it is going to be at 250 or 230. It's not going to be the same at all. How can you get a possible accurate bed mesh when you're checking it at the wrong thing? Like I said, this is one of the worst printers I've ever dealt with. I'd rather use my old Creality Ender 3. At least I know if I get it level, it's going to print. You know, if it wasn't for all the damn YouTube shills like the Learn Electronics guy and all the other Elegoo fanboys hyping up this printer when it came out, I would have never bought this piece of junk. My first printer that I bought brand new was the 3V3 SE, and it was a little funky. It didn't quite print correctly, but it printed every time, unlike this thing. So I still have an Ender 3 Pro and an Ender 3 V2 Neo. I have a Sovol SV07, which I don't have any problems with. It works fine. The SV06 Plus I have, it just prints slow. So all the printers I have, they print good, they just print slow. This one here it seemed like it used to work okay, but it would always screw up. Like you'd have to like, always slow down the prints, or it would fail. I don't know what they did wrong with this thing, but oh well. They obviously, I think, know something was bad with it because they quit making it, and they just started over with some other stuff. So I'm just trying to get it going because I got like $379 invested in this piece of junk. You can buy a pretty amazing printer for that price nowadays. So before they discontinued the Sobel SVF7, that thing was like $219, $249, way cheaper than this thing. So while we're at it, complaining, I plugged this in here. I've got my Wi-Fi. It keeps resetting the Wi-Fi, but I was able to get it to reconnect, and we can see what it's doing here. And it's probing the bed, doing all this stuff. We can see what's going on. So it is connected, but I don't know if it'll stay connected. You see all the probe. So this will help us be able to see what the hell it's actually doing. I don't know what the hell a propeller guard is. Drone. December 26th, 2024. Interesting. I don't know why that's on there. But that's the one I just canceled because it wasn't what I wanted. So I'm trying to print this so I can get an idea what's going on with it. Okay, so I finished my bed leveling, but apparently it can't share the files on here. So since we are connected, I guess we could let's save this to the disk. Just gonna save it. I want to save it in the documents, and I need to figure out where to upload from here. This is not, I don't like this one as much as the other one. The other one has an upload thing right here where it's like super simple. This one here, you like go somewhere else. Down here where it says jobs, add, click upload, and then bed level test, click open, and then mesh leveling complete, probe calibrate. So we'll see what it does. I don't know what it's doing. It's just sitting here. It's like, I'm just waiting. Like, I've never seen it this slow. It's commanding only 20% power to heat the damn bed. I don't know. Odd. It's possible it just doesn't like being connected remotely. But here it is. It's just not doing anything. And also, it's not good. Here you can hear that. It's dragging across the bed. I can tell right now we're going to have a problem. Good Lord.